What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now today, we're going to be talking about something a little bit more personal when it comes to my video that I made yesterday. Now, as you guys know on this channel, when I say something wrong or if I'm false about something, I have no problem owning up to anything that I did wrong. You guys know this, and I'm going to own up to something. You know, I made a video yesterday discussing on how I thought that Treyarch was going to completely flop when it came to this new weapon update. I thought that the things that they did in this update were going to completely destroy the game and just kill the whole meta. And obviously, you guys know I like to buff guns around other guns. I want to make sure everything is bounced out and everything feels good. I don't want one gun completely overpowering the other. But the way that they were handling it by nerfing the AK-74U and the LC-10 and the ways that I thought they did, I really thought that was going to kill the whole SMG experience. And like I said in multiple other commentaries, I love SMGs. So to see the SMG meta being completely demolished, it really hurt me. But I gotta say, I gotta give them props. I played Black Ops Cold War for the full day the other day on stream. If you guys haven't followed me over on stream already, I highly suggest you guys doing so. I do it over on Twitch every single day for about 3 to 4 hours. Link to my Twitch channel is down in the description. And thank you to everybody who tuned into the stream as well. It was a blast. We sat down, we discussed all the weapons, we played with all the guns, tested them out, tried different things. And we all as a community came to a conclusion on which guns were better, which ones were bad. It was a really good time. So like I said, if you guys want to follow that, link to my Twitch is down in the description. But like I said, I played about 2 hours of Black Ops Cold War straight, testing out all the weapons, trying out the new metas, seeing what I enjoy, what I don't like anymore, testing out different attachments on different guns to see what's going on with them. It was a decent amount of time, but I gotta say, in the whole time that I played this game, one, I did not enjoy it that much because Black Ops Cold War's ass, but I must say, the meta of the game is extremely solid right now. Now, I would show you guys more recent gameplay of the new meta, of the new weapons I already know, more mainstream, I would say, in Black Ops Cold War right now. Don't worry, I will get some more clips for the future. I just can't bear to bring myself to play this game with my free time to get clips. Like I said, I'll do it on stream. But when it comes to YouTube, I don't like mixing my Twitch and YouTube together. I like to make it separate, so, you know, when you come over to my YouTube channel, it's fresh stuff. It's not stuff that you've already seen if you do watch my streams. So I try to keep it separate, and when I do hop off stream, I just don't have the urge to play Black Ops Cold War. I mean, you'll probably even see it in this gameplay, or if you watched my video from yesterday's gameplay. The graphics are awful, it's horrendous, the frames are dropping 24/7, my game, I guess my PC just can't handle it, I don't know. But then I go hop on games like Modern Warfare, or Rainbow Six Siege, or any other game that you could possibly think of, and it actually works properly. You know, the graphics are loading in, the textures are fine, the frames are good. I don't know what the issue is with Black Ops Cold War, but it makes me so annoyed with it. So I don't have any gameplay today, but do know that I have the knowledge from playing the game for 2+ hours. And as I promised from yesterday's video, today's video is going to be me discussing the new meta of this game, telling you guys what I experienced and what weapons are going to be taking over Black Ops Cold War very shortly. Now I'm going to start off with the ARs. I tested them all. I used the Krig, and I also used the Groza along with the FFAR because those are the only weapons that got a buff or a nerf. Now the Krig and the Groza, I gotta say, I'm very impressed. I'm very, very, very impressed. The Groza, in my personal opinion, was always good, no matter what, even when it first came out. So, to have it be buffed, it doesn't really change anything. It just makes it even more better. And same with the Krig, always a good weapon. Didn't really need a buff, but they buffed it anyways. So, the AR category, to me personally, it wasn't really needed to be touched. The weapons were already good enough as they are, and playing with them now, after the patch update, they still feel just as good. So, I don't really understand the whole purpose of that. But the one disappointment that I have so far is the FFAR. I'm going to be honest with you guys. The whole stream that I played, the FFAR let me down the biggest. The gun is still trash. I don't know why. They buffed it. They tried to make it a little bit better, but it's still garbage. And I'm not going to say it's complete garbage because it's viable. It's a good weapon, especially in Warzone. Warzone, it slaps, and I still enjoy to use it in Black Ops Cold War. It's just when you go against people who are experienced and they're experienced with good weapons, it's going to be very annoying to go up against someone like that using an FFAR. You know, if someone else has a Krig, or maybe they have an XM4 or something like that, or even the Groza, for example, even a QBZ, it doesn't matter what rifle it is. If they are good with it, if they know the recoil pattern, and they know how to use it correctly, they're going to crap on you every single time if you try to engage with them with the FFAR. Someone in my chat the other day actually said that the FFAR is like the assault rifle version of the MAC-10, but for some reason it's worse, you know? It's like, the MAC-10 can even outgun the FFAR at long range. It's something about this weapon that's really disappointing to me, and it's sad, because the whole AR category right now in its current state is really good. It's solid across the board. You can pretty much use anything. You could use a XM4 like I said, the Krig, the Groza, the QBZ, the AK-47, pretty much any rifle that you could possibly think of, besides the FFAR, is insanely viable right now, and they're all good. So, that's amazing news. The AR category is completely bounced out. Besides the FFAR, I pray to God, I really pray that they're going to keep working on this weapon to make it good, because I love it. It's honestly one of my favorite guns. I love guns with fast fire rates, especially assault rifles, but this is just a little too, it's hard to tame it. It's hard to tame the FFAR. Even if you know the recoil pattern, it's hard to tame because there's still other guns out there that might have a slightly less, fast fire rate, but at the end of the day, they hit harder and they're better at range. And at the end of the day, the FFAR is an assault rifle. You know what I'm saying? It's an assault rifle. It's made for medium, long, and even sometimes up close, which is, the main purpose of it as well, but it doesn't do good at any of those. SMGs beat the FFAR up close. Other ARs beat the FFAR at medium range. LMGs and sniper rifles beat it at long range. The FFAR has absolutely no place in Black Ops Cold War, and it's kind of depressing. At the end of the day, I'm not that angry over it because all the other ARs are viable. You can use pretty much any AR that you want. I just hope maybe one day they'll make the FFAR usable again. But let's move over to the most important part of this whole commentary, in my personal opinion, and that is the SMGs. My God, I was scared shitless. I was 110% scared shitless that the SMGs were going to be trash in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Now let's talk about the actual SMGs that got buffed. The Milano. That thing got a massive buff, and it freaking slaps now. If you have not used the Milano yet, if you have not given this gun a try, you are missing out on the new wave of sauce. I'm telling you right now. Everybody is rocking this thing at the moment. It shreds. Now, it's going to take some time to get used to because of the slow fire rate, but the damage completely makes up for it. And also, with a better recoil pattern and all this other stuff that's been introduced, it just slaps. I promise you guys. Make sure you give this gun a try. And also, the KSP, a gun that I never really gave too much love, I guess I should say. I knew it was always decent in the past, but after the most recent buff for it, it's goated. I'm telling you, you will see KSPs all around in the lobbies now because it's an amazing weapon. The gun already hit like a truck, but now they increased the fire rate to make it shoot faster. So now it's a gun, a burst gun to be exact, that shoots extremely fast. The bursts are very short and at the same time has insanely high damage and good range. The gun is cracked. I think you guys will enjoy the KSP, but the biggest concern I had was the nerfs. As you guys know, I want people to buff the guns around the other guns so everything's overpowered. I don't want them to nerf things to the dirt because then those guns are going to become irrelevant and then the other guns are going to become OP and then it's no balance. You know what I'm saying? Right now with the AR category is perfect. Across the board, besides the FFAR, you can use them all and do decent. But with these nerfs, I was afraid that the SMGs were going to suffer. That nerfing the LC-10 and the AK-74U were going to make nobody use those guns and everybody's just going to rotate over to the Milano and the KSP. But I'm proud to say that that's not the case. I tried out both the LC-10 and the AK-74U once again during the stream. Thank you everybody who tuned in and helped me out with all the process and stuff like that and bought new attachments and class setups and stuff like that to make sure the guns work properly. But at the end of the day, they still work good. The LC-10, it got a massive nerf when it came to damage range, and I thought this was going to kill the weapon, but it's still solid. It feels more like an SMG, and you will notice a difference too. If you use the LC-10 a lot in its prime when it first came out, you are going to notice a difference because it does not kill very quickly at long range anymore. It's going to take a few more extra shots, but at the end of the day, it's an SMG, so SMGs are meant for close quarter combat, and because of the fact that the LC-10 is pretty much a laser beam, it has virtually zero recoil, you can still engage at long range, you just can't win those gunfights as quickly, so it bounces out against AR players. You know, if you see an AR player back in the day when the LC-10 first came out, I'm challenging him, and I'm having full confidence that I can stomp out that AR player, or even attack rifle player with the LC-10. You shouldn't feel like that with an SMG, you know what I'm saying? You can still engage. You can still possibly kill them. But if someone has an AR, they shouldn't be getting melted long range. You know, the AR should have the upper hand advantage. That's just simply how it should be. So it's a very fair nerf. I thought it was going to be bad. I thought it was going to ruin the gun. But the LC-10 still slaps. Still one of my favorite SMGs. And same thing with the 74U. I thought that having additional recoil over the course of time of shooting this weapon was going to make it obnoxious. But since the AK-74U shoots so slowly, and it still has the same damage, they didn't nerf the damage or anything like that, if you at least hit your first 2 to 3 shots, you're pretty much safe. You're pretty much at that point guaranteed to kill. But if you wait too long, if you start spraying too long, you know, then yes, obviously, your recoil is going to go insane and you can't control it. So it's trying to prevent people from, you know, spraying down teams across the map with an overpowered SMG. You kind of have to, you know, pinpoint them, maybe tap fire a little bit more and control your gunfire. But still at the same time, up close and personal, it still slaps, still does damage. It's still a good SMG. I'm happy. I'm actually happy for once in my life. If only the game wasn't a buggy, glitchy mess with no content in it, and it didn't feel dry and stale. If it didn't feel so dry and basic and boring and lifeless, I would probably be playing this game right now, because the weapon balance, at its current state, is outstanding. I mean, they nerfed all the LMGs across the board for damage range, so you don't get beamed across the map by an LMG with 2 shots all the time anymore. They nerfed the Magnums, which are really overpowered, so you don't see people running around with dual Magnums hip-firing you across the map anymore. The balance is good. All the SMGs are viable, all the ARs are viable. I gotta give it to you, Treyarch. Like I said, I gotta give credit where it's due, and usually I don't want to do this because you guys still screwed up the game big time. I'm not saying this game is good, you know, it's still annoying, But at the end of the day, all the guns are fun. All you gotta do is work on the FFAR at this point. If you work on the FFAR and perfect that gun, literally all the ARs and SMGs across the board will all be good and viable in this game. But guys, thanks so much for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like. And by all means, if you hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, go chat with me. There's 2 ways to do so. I have a Twitter and Discord. Both those links are down in the description. And also, if you catch me live streams of video games, I do them over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.